we are going to have the Civilian Oversight Committee in Mombasa. They have been able to undertake quite a number of activities, but we will ask them in the 2019-2020 financial year to come up with a work plan that will be sent to the steering committee for approval and funding, so that they can then be able to focus on social audits and public reporting forums, so that they can really involve the members of the public, the citizens, in the projects within their areas. That way, then there will be ownership of those projects, and they will be able to prevent corruption once sufficient awareness is created. Then the other area they are going to focus on in their work plan is the workshops that they can hold targeting various leaders, including the officers who, in one way or the other, implement public projects, because there is that need for interface between what the citizens will be told about project implementation and what the officers will be doing, and there is a convergence, because then, working as a team, corruption can be prevented from affecting the public projects. We are also going to ask them to think of where they can be able to have village seminars for our grassroots leaders. The grassroots leaders have a role to play in fighting and preventing corruption, but they also need to be built their capacity to be able to identify this is corruption and then have the mechanisms to deal with it. So the lack of inadequate information, sometimes it is denied to us, and I think here we may want to point a finger at the Constituency Development Fund committees. We have not been getting a lot of support in this county in terms of being provided with information. So the next challenge is that the members of the public do not enthusiastically participate in the management of public affairs. So even when there is identification, the prioritization of projects, you find that the members of the public, maybe one or two will turn up, the rest they don't come. And you see, when the members of the public do not participate in the management of their affairs, then the corrupt individuals take control, they take over, and they are able to drive the agenda. And the agenda, I think, is clear to all of us that it is to loot the public resources. The third challenge is that some projects that are at the community level, are implemented without the involvement of the public, and the public do not even elect a project management committee, so they have no idea what the project is being done. They only hear mabatis and whatever going on there, but they are not very sure what it is.
And in that regards, we are doing everything possible that through that type of education, that people must change their attitudes. Because attitudinal change is very, very important. That, of course, goes with the behavior. That goes with the culture. The culture where people say that lazima tukule mali ya serikali, lazima tuchukue hii, haijalishi. Ours is we empower Kenyans through those type of closeness, awareness, behavioral change, and working together with a view to making sure that, of course, we cannot able to eradicate, and no nation so far has been on record, even the Scandinavians, as much as they record 0, has managed to eradicate corruption. We're trying to minimize the severity of it. At least ukali wake kwa kila njia tuhakikisha tuzipunguze sote tukiwa pamoja.
Tuko wapi? When did we stop talking to our children? Where are the guardians? Are we all very busy looking for money and power? You know, we seem to be extremely busy, all of us. Then what? So I think for me, Bwana DCC, it's a point of coming back to senses and saying, yes, we support corruption war. We support DCI. We support ECC. But we also would want the campaign not to be used by people to sort out other people. You know, maligning people's names, because that has also been said. Let it be genuine. If you are accused, go and defend yourself. and the accuser come with the facts so that it doesn't look like we are chasing one another in this war. Finally, this is a country for all of us, Bwana DCC. We cannot afford to see some of the things we are seeing. We cannot afford to have this country divided.
When systems are ambiguous, then corruption thrives, because people don't have information on what are the costs of this service and what happens here. The same as when people don't have information on projects. We put sometimes very big billboards that client. Have you ever seen the amount put there sometimes? The cost of the project. So we need to give information to the members of the public, I agree. As it is now, information is given to the members of the public when there's a project committee, maybe funded by so and so, and it becomes like a restrictive covenant that you must have a project committee. But we must have a project committee for all government projects, regardless of where. Because what we have now, the project, we have a project management committee. The QS is there, the project manager. So where's the mwananchi? And now I'm very happy that the president has recognized, and has appreciated our role as administrators, that we need to spearhead, the monitoring and management of projects. So we normally visit projects every week sometimes, and we have regular meetings where we report to Nairobi. But who said the definition of security is only mpaka mpigwe mapanga ndio security, ama mnaogopa thugs? We have political security, environmental security, economic security. Sindio? If there's a lot of corruption, are we economically secure as a country? We are not. So we are also going to use those nyumba kumis to give us information on what they see outside there. Is there anybody who has left the port and dumping goods that were supposed to be on transit to Rwanda or Congo? So we are going to incorporate everybody in the fight against corruption.